The Hornbill Festival is a riot of color and sound. It is a joyous celebration of Naga culture. The festival takes place every December in Nagaland, a state in northeast India. The festival is named after the hornbill, a large bird that is revered by the Naga people. The hornbill is a symbol of respect, and its feathers are often used in traditional Naga clothing and headdresses. The Hornbill Festival is a time for the Naga people to come together and celebrate their heritage. It is also a time for tourists from all over the world to experience the unique culture of Nagaland. The Hornbill Festival is a showcase for the rich culture and traditions of the Naga people. Visitors to the festival can enjoy traditional Naga dances, music, and food. They can also learn about Naga history and way of life. The festival is a major tourist attraction, and it has helped to boost the economy of Nagaland. The festival is also an important platform for the Naga people to share their culture with the world. It has helped to raise awareness of the Naga people and their unique way of life. Alcohol has always been a part of Naga culture. Traditionally, rice beer known as thutsi is brewed at home and consumed during festivals and special occasions.
However, the introduction of Christianity to Nagaland in the 19th century led to a strong temperance movement. The church viewed alcohol as a social evil and campaigned for its prohibition. This led to a conflict between traditional Naga culture and Christian beliefs.
In recent years, there has been a growing debate about the role of alcohol in the Hornbill Festival.
The Nagaland government, eager to promote tourism, has relaxed restrictions on the sale of alcohol during the festival. This decision has been met with mixed reactions.
Some people believe it is a pragmatic way to attract tourists and boost the local economy. Others, particularly the church, argue that it undermines the cultural and religious sentiments of the Naga people. They believe that the festival should be a celebration of Naga culture, not an excuse for excessive drinking. Section 5. The church's stand preserving cultural and moral fabric. The Nagaland Baptist Church Council, the largest church organization in the state, has been vocal in its opposition to the sale of alcohol at the Hornbill Festival.
The church argues that alcohol consumption is against Christian teachings and detrimental to society.
They believe that the government's decision to relax liquor laws during the festival sends the wrong message to young people.
The NBCC has called for a complete ban on the sale and consumption of alcohol at the festival.
They argue that the Hornbill Festival should be a family-friendly event that promotes Naga culture and traditions. Section 6, the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act, 1989, a historical perspective. The debate over alcohol in Nagaland is rooted in the state's complex history. The region, known for its rich cultural heritage and diverse communities, has always had a complex relationship with alcohol. Traditional Naga society had its own customs and practices regarding the consumption of alcohol, which were often tied to social and cultural rituals. However, with the advent of modernity and external influences, the dynamics began to change. In 1989, the Nagaland government enacted the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition, or NLTP Act. This was a significant legislative move aimed at addressing the growing concerns over alcohol abuse in the state. The decision was influenced by various factors, including rising alcoholism rates, social disturbances, and the influence of religious organizations. This law prohibited the manufacture, sale, and consumption of alcohol throughout the state. The intention was to create a healthier and more stable society by eliminating the negative impacts of alcohol. The government believed that by removing alcohol from the equation, many of the social issues plaguing the state would be mitigated. The NLTP Act was introduced with the aim of curbing alcoholism and its associated social problems. Alcoholism had become a significant issue, leading to broken families, financial ruin, and increased crime rates. The act was seen as a necessary step to protect the well-being of the community and to promote a more harmonious social environment. The church played a significant role in advocating for prohibition, believing it would protect the moral fabric of Naga society. Religious leaders were at the forefront of the movement, arguing that alcohol was a corrupting influence that needed to be eradicated. They believed that prohibition would lead to a more virtuous and morally upright society. However, the NLTP Act has been met with mixed success. While some communities embraced the law, others found ways to circumvent it. The enforcement of the act proved to be challenging, and not everyone was convinced of its benefits. While it has reduced alcohol consumption to some extent, it has also led to the rise of a black market for liquor. The illegal trade of alcohol became a new problem, with many people turning to underground sources to obtain liquor. This black market not only undermined the law but also introduced new risks and challenges for the authorities. Section 7 Challenges of Prohibition, Black Markets and Spurious Liquor. One of the unintended consequences of the NLTP Act has been the proliferation of illicit liquor. The ban on legal alcohol sales has created a vacuum that is quickly filled by those willing to operate outside the law. This underground market is not only thriving but also expanding at an alarming rate. With the ban on legal alcohol, a thriving black market has emerged, supplying spurious and often dangerous liquor. These illegal vendors operate in the shadows, making it difficult for authorities to track and shut them down. The allure of easy money draws many into this illicit trade, further complicating enforcement efforts. This has posed serious health risks, with numerous cases of alcohol poisoning and deaths reported. The spurious liquor often contains harmful chemicals and contaminants that can cause severe health issues, including blindness and organ failure. Hospitals are seeing an increase in patients suffering from these dangerous side effects. The lack of regulation in the black market makes it difficult to control the quality and safety of alcohol consumed. Without proper oversight, there is no way to ensure that the liquor being sold is safe for consumption. This unregulated environment allows for the production and distribution of highly toxic substances. The government has attempted to crack down on the illegal liquor trade, but it has proven to be a challenging task. Raids and arrests are frequent, yet the black market continues to flourish. The sheer scale of the problem makes it difficult for law enforcement to keep up. The porous borders with neighboring states make it easy to smuggle in liquor. Smugglers use a variety of methods to transport their goods, from hidden compartments in vehicles to bribing officials. This constant influx of illegal alcohol undermines the efforts to enforce prohibition and protect public health. Community leaders and activists are calling for a re-evaluation of the prohibition policy. They argue that the current approach is not only ineffective but also harmful. By driving the alcohol trade underground, the policy has created more problems than it has solved. There is a growing consensus that alternative strategies need to be considered. Public awareness campaigns are being launched to educate people about the dangers of consuming spurious liquor. These initiatives aim to reduce demand for illegal alcohol by informing the public about the severe health risks involved. However, changing public behavior is a slow and challenging process. Policymakers are exploring new ways to address the black market issue. Some suggest that regulated sales of alcohol could reduce the demand for illicit liquor and improve public safety. Others advocate for stricter enforcement and harsher penalties for those involved in the illegal trade. The debate continues as the government seeks a solution to this complex problem. Section 8. The government's perspective, regulation over prohibition. In recent years, there has been a growing sentiment within the government that the NLTP Act has not been effective in curbing alcohol consumption. Despite the stringent measures, the Act has failed to achieve its intended goals. Instead, it has inadvertently given rise to a thriving black market for alcohol, which operates outside the bounds of regulation and law enforcement. The rise of the black market and the associated health risks have led to calls for a review of the prohibition policy. The unregulated sale of alcohol has resulted in the proliferation of spurious liquor, which poses significant health risks to consumers. Cases of alcohol poisoning have surged, putting immense pressure on healthcare facilities and endangering public health.
The government argues that regulating the sale of alcohol would generate revenue for the state and help to control the consumption of spurious liquor. By bringing the sale of alcohol under a legal framework, the state can ensure that only quality-controlled products reach consumers, thereby reducing the health risks associated with unregulated alcohol. We believe that a regulated market would ensure the quality and safety of alcohol consumed. This would not only protect public health, but also provide a new source of revenue for the state, which could be used to fund public services and development projects. Additionally, regulation would allow for better monitoring and control of alcohol consumption patterns.
However, the government's proposal to relax liquor laws has been met with strong opposition from the church and other sections of society. These groups argue that the social costs of increased alcohol availability would outweigh the potential benefits. They fear that easier access to alcohol would lead to higher rates of addiction, domestic violence, and other social issues. They argue that it would lead to an increase in alcohol consumption and its associated social problems. The debate continues as both sides present compelling arguments. The government must weigh the potential economic benefits of regulation against the possible social costs. Ultimately, the decision will shape the future of alcohol policy in the region, impacting public health, safety, and social well-being. Section 9. A complex interplay balancing tradition, tourism, and social impact. The debate over alcohol in Nagaland is a complex one involving a delicate balance between tradition, tourism, and social impact. The Hornbill Festival, with its rich cultural significance, has become a focal point of this debate. The government's desire to promote tourism and generate revenue must be weighed against the concerns of the church and those who believe that alcohol consumption goes against Naga culture and values. Finding a solution that respects the diverse perspectives and addresses the concerns of all stakeholders is crucial. Ultimately, the decision on whether to relax or maintain prohibition rests with the people of Nagaland.